Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Delaware Valley High School football. Joining us is running back Lex Rosario. Well, Lex, you guys are coming off another win against Wyoming Valley West, a tough team to beat twice, but you and your teammates, you found a way to get it done.
Yeah, it's a very huge win. We all just contributed, and we worked really hard in practice all week, and it showed on the field.
Well, Lex, you've had a fabulous season, no doubt, and you ran all over Valley West the first time. You and your line, you do it again. But talk about what you're thinking when you're out there on the field. I mean, you're just performing.
Yeah, thank you. They got a lot better since week 2. They I don't even know, they were just a lot stronger up front, and we just execute all the time. Like, the offensive line does never gives up. They're not the biggest offensive line, but they have the biggest hearts, definitely.
Well, Lex, I know you can be humble and say you give your credit to your line, but talk about what you think you're like when you're out there on the football field. What kind of running back is Lex Rosario?
Not really sure. I really don't have like a certain thing to say. I just kind of do my job and everything works.
Well, one of the things Coach Olsemer talked about, as I talked to him yesterday, he said, Lex is our best receiver, he's our best running back, he's our best tight end, he's our best quarterback. Talk about your overall athleticism and quite a compliment from Coach Olsemer.
Yeah, I've known Coach O for a long time, and we've been pretty close since then. And just been doing everything that he's told me to, getting in the weight room, going to all this stuff that we have to go to. And it really, helped out all my athleticism.
Lex, talk about the experience of you guys. You headed down to Florida. You guys lose a heartbreaker by 1 point down there in the opening week. But talk about that whole experience of getting down to Florida. What was that like to be down there with your teammates and your coaches?
When we went down to Florida, we were kind of on a high horse. We were expecting to win. But then we got smacked around and we lost by a point. Tough game. And I think that's kind of good for us. We got off that horse, and now we're on roll. We haven't lost since.
Lex, how about for you? Talk about you mentioned a little bit about the weight room. Talk about the training that you do, your diet, what you're eating, everything to kind of be at the top of your game, because you've been one of the best here in northeastern Pennsylvania, without a doubt.
Well, in the weight room, we just work out. We don't do anything crazy during season. We work out after certain practices, and we don't eat a lot of junk food, not a lot of sugars, just not to ruin the posture.
Lex Rosario from Delaware Valley here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Well, Lex, let's talk about that offensive line. You got a guy up front in the Lutz kid. He's headed to Delaware, but talk about him and some of the other guys. I mean, Coach Olsemer said, hey, we got some short guys up there, but they're really doing a great job.
Yeah, we have Lutz. Lutz is a big boy. We have another that's big. But other than that, they're not huge. I'm taller than all of them. I weigh just as much as all of them. But they just have huge hearts, and they just really want to win.
Lex, when you talk about overall being a Delaware Valley Warrior, tell us about the whole experience. You mentioned knowing Coach Olsemer for a long time, but what's it been like with the teammates, your classmates there, and kind of going up through the system, and here it is, it's your senior year, and you guys are hoping to cap it off the right way?
Being at Delaware Valley is an experience. I mean, if you were there and you were to transfer, that'd be a dumb decision on you. It's a great place, great sports, great academics. It's unbelievable.
Lex, how about your future endeavors? Tell us about what you're thinking about doing at the next level, college-wise, and what's going to give you, what's interesting you as far as schools out there. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do out there? Are you kind of wide open at this point as to what you're looking for at the next level?
Yeah, I'm very undecided. I mean, I definitely want to play college football Division I, but I just gotta wait on after their season, because that's usually when they do their recruiting. So I gotta wait on them.
And Coach mentioned about how you work in the classroom, and your grades are very good. Talk about that and what you're doing to make sure that your studies are very important, like all the other guys that are doing great stuff.
You just can't focus too much on one thing. You got to be able to multitask. If your grades are good, then you'll play good. I mean, you have to have the grades in order to play, and that's about it.
Lex Rosario here on the John Mendola Show. Lex, you mentioned Coach Olsemer and the support you got there. How about at home? Tell us about the family support you're getting.
My parents are so supportive. I have younger siblings. They're all in love with me. They love coming to the games. They love watching it. They love when I come home after the games. It's awesome. They all support me very crazy. They're savages.
Well, talk about that role model role that you have at home, and everybody kind of looking up to you and saying, "Man, my brother's doing some great stuff."
Yeah, it's awesome. My sister's actually in 6th grade, and all her friends, they're boys, and they play in a local TV team, and they all want to get my autograph and stuff. They want me to come to their games and stuff. So sometimes on Saturdays after the game, I go over down to the local park and I watch their games.
Well, a neat story there, Lex, for you at Delaware Valley, and you got your own legacy that you're building, and I know you guys aren't done yet, so we appreciate your time, and we wish you well in your future endeavors.
All right, thank you.
Lex Rosario from Delaware Valley High School. He's a running back, but Coach Olsemer said he could play anywhere on the football field. He'd be the best guy out there, and they have a lot of talent there at DV, that's for sure. Here on the John Mendola Show, we're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.